Вот это нахуй сразу на мувике можно? Вот это вот момент. Вот этот нахуй. Клип, пожалуйста, на мувик можно? Закинете, нет?
Понял. Нормально.
У нас все четко. У нас тут есть второй верстак, у нас тут есть второй верстак.
Я вообще не знаю, куда они рейдят. Типа вот все это
Лучше,
время.
если вам нужно заказать рейд, обращайтесь. Я отойду от компа.
Роблокс удалила мне мама.
Бля, и никто не антирейдит, просто самому антирейдить это надо, блин.
що я бачу. Перший. Скільки їх там, 5 в собі має бути?
Ну чё ты там заткнулся-то, а чё? Чё ты подох, что ли?
Ще це.
Всего лишь царапина.
А, це колонтай.
Окружай!
А. Понял. Понял. Чим він стріляє? ФПшками. Да. Быстро я. Значит, нормально. Тут уже все. Скиншос. Сейчас я правда хочу. Ладно, з калашом не пішло. Тоді що? Мутант, редеха. Та я їбав. Chieftec. Чемочку. М. Теж деха на кілограм більше важить. Возьму на 3 звездочку. Начну ничку нахуй. Хера спаун. Сука. Нет, не надо. Конечно, блядь.
Вон оно пыль! Левый карман!
Ну, вот он, тайм ящик.
Да вот он! На тебе, сука! Вон он, вон
Блядь. О, боже.
Воу! Пацан готов! О, кепка ебаная! Ебашину кипарика! Капец тебе служивый!
Корпусу.
some ordnance!
Конечно. Ладно, піду надежним путем. ПК не ребутнуло. В натурі. Єбать. Хуйня.
In this video, I'll be playing Terraria Calamity Mod's hardest difficulty, Infernum, but I start with a 1 damage Murasama. But here is the catch. Every time a boss gets defeated, the damage gets multiplied by 2. It starts off very weak, but as we progress through the game, it gets insanely powerful. So make sure you stay until the end, because things get very chaotic. First, I have to create a player by the name of Jetstream Sam in the character creation screen, a reference to the original wielder of Murasama. This should be good enough. Unlike a normal, boring Terraria player, we are special. So we start off in the Underworld Radeon lab, where we have to carefully build this vertical tunnel contraption to obtain the 1 damage Murasama inside the security chest. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you, except for the 1 damage part. Before we continue, only a small percentage of you guys watching this video right now are actually subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy this video, please give that button a click. I proceeded to obtain all the remaining loot from the chest, and now we commit selfie to Stilitus to go back to the surface. Now it's all just us and the bill of Murasama. I opened the starter bag to receive tons of beginner items. For now, we have to progress like usual, like chopping woods, because we are not getting anywhere with 1 damage. Let's not forget to enable Infernum, the hardest difficulty in Calamity. Obviously right now using the Murasama is very pathetic, which made the first night extremely painful to deal with. Our copper sword is dealing more damage. I built some wooden prison to torture the NPC, then I proceeded to explore the world. I went to the underground ice caverns and got an ice boomerang. Then I got a cloud in the battle from a wooden hut. I mined on some essential ores like gold and iron. I gathered some life crystals and used them. I met Papyrus Undertale, a skeleton American NPC. Unfortunately, he doesn't sell much useful stuff. And I definitely did not die to a trap gold chest. The dead man's chest contained insanely useful loot though, like gravitation potion. I crafted essential crafting stations, some bars and a gold chainmail. Then I drank the gravitation potion we got from earlier. I got myself an enchanted sword, only to be brutally slaughtered by the harpies right after. Now I will proceed to execute my super secret exploit plan. To do that, I need to get to the glowing mushroom biome to get mushroom grass seeds. I threw a lot of bombs to farm down the mushrooms there. Essentially, we are making an artificial glowing mushroom biome on the surface by placing lots of mud, and by placing a mushroom grass seed down. The hardest part is waiting for it to spread, so you might want to do this as early as possible. While waiting, I explored more of the underground caverns and maxed out my life crystal. Then I got a giant shell accessory by defeating giant shellies in the cavern, an accessory that gives me 10 defense but makes me slow. And I encountered another glowing mushroom biome. This is great as we can get more glowing mushroom seed. I encountered a team and farmed down the enemies there. I got some loot from the gold chest, and I definitely did not fall victim to another dead man's chest. I survived an entire night of a blood moon. Then I crafted an entire set of gold armor, which gives an entirely different set bonus in Calamity. Now we expand the glowing mushroom biome. While waiting for it to spread, I used the last gravitation potion and I stealthily infiltrate and got some loot from the main Radeon planetoid. Then I got a shiny red balloon from a Sky Island chest. The Calamity Sky Islands look beautiful by the way, and I luckily got a star from another Sky my island chest. Our glowing mushroom biome is growing great. While I was waiting for it to grow, I sensed a naval presence watching me. Great, I haven't even made a proper arena yet. Very nice of Mr. Eye of Tuluhu to randomly barge in and ram my arms. Though I did put up a good fight with my Star Fury, there is no way I could defeat it as I am extremely unprepared. Mark my words, I'll have my revenge. Now back to waiting for our glowing mushroom biome to grow. Fast forward time and off-screen expansion, the mini mushroom biome has grown by a lot. Basically, our objective is to create an artificial glowing mushroom biome on the surface. So an enemy called Anomura fungus could spawn in and drop the fungal carapace accessory. After an extremely long time of farming, we finally got one to drop. This accessory releases damaging mushroom spores if the player gets hit. This combined with defensive capabilities like the giant shell accessory we got from earlier is extremely deadly. You'll see why soon. I crafted a suspicious looking eye on a crimson altar, and I bombed 2 crimson hearts while we were at it. I got nothing useful though. As the night came, I built this tiny box on the spawn. Then we'd have to lure an enemy that deals little to no damage, like for example this demon eye to go inside the box with us. Now that it is trapped with us, we can summon the Eye of Tuluhu. Well, let's just say that those mushroom clouds we released deal a ridiculous amount of damage. If you did not notice, the mushroom clouds absolutely shredded Infernum Eye of Tuluhu HP into oblivion. How did anyone not discover this before? I opened the Eye's treasure bag and got a Shield of Tuluhu. The next day, I cleared the Goblin invasion easily. Goblin army, more like Goblin on these nuts. I found a sword shone and got a second enchanted sword. That night, I stupidly decided to fight Skeletron using the fungal carapace exploit. Little did I know, Skeletron is the only boss immune to this fungal exploit due to it floating above the player. Yes, I died. I bought the slime rain summoning item from the Abomination NPC. Then I killed a lot of slimes and I set up the box for the fungal carapace exploit. And watch as the mushrooms absolutely obliterate King Slime. If you're new to this channel, you know I love exploiting games. It is technically not cheating if it's in the game, you know? We're gonna keep using this fungal carapace exploit until our Murasama deals good damage. Now it deals 4 damage. I went to the underground desert to farm some mobs. I crafted a desert medallion, and then I proceeded to summon the desert scourge. Desert scourge stood 0 chance against the mushrooms, and those large segments it got does not help it at all. Now our Murasama deals 8 damage. I found a bonded Tinkerer NPC. I bought rocket boots and Tinkerer workshop from this guy. Be careful when setting up the fungal exploit. Sometimes it doesn't work if the boss teleports on top of you, like Rabulon over here. Slimes are your best friend as they deal the lowest amount of damage. After setting the box properly, I summoned Krabulon and I was able to easily shred it down. For the Krabulon fight, I guess there is a mushroom for improvement. Then I proceed to upgrade my accessories like getting a cloud in a balloon and spectre boots. Then I went to the Crimson Underground. I lured a slime and used the exploit against Brain of Tuluhu. Most Crimson mobs deal way too much damage, so try finding a slime. It is a bit of a rare spawn in the Crimson but it's luckily possible. I crafted a whole Crimson armor set. Looks bloody sick. Then I went to the Sulphurous Sea to fight the Acid Rain. I wanted to test my Murasama damage. It was doing quite okay as it now deals 32 damage. I completed the Acid Rain and the Sulphurous Skies begin to clear. I tried fighting the Perforator's boss but it looks like using Murasama inside the box isn't a good idea. I was too dumb to realize that I am also killing the mob that is trapped inside with me. Perforator was unexpectedly a bit of a challenge as it brought me into trouble multiple times. And I did not realize that Perforator will always float away from you in its final phase. It took me way too long to realize that. I had to get out of the box and finally use my Murasama against it. The first try was a failure, but right on the next try, since I knew what to do, although it was close, I was able to get out of the box and I swiftly defeated the Perforators using my 32 damage Murasama. Well, thanks to that, now it deals 64 damage. The next day, I went inside a huge jungle living tree as I know a huge queen bee hive is located below it. By accident, I broke a queen bee larva using my grappling hook. How unbelievable! On the next try, I I lured a slime down and I set up the box inside the queen bee hive. And I summoned the queen bee. Hey there, Miss Queen Bee. What do bees like with their sushi? Wasabi. She fucking died. Anyways, our Murasama now deals 128 damage. Now it deals good DPS. I mined down a meteorite crater completely using the ore excavator mod. And I used a gravitation potion to get and I mined down some aerialite ores. It is very hard to pronounce it. And some other Sky Island materials as well. And I turned the bars into aerospec armor. With this armor, we should be ready for our first proper challenge. On the next night, I committed deforestation to all the trees beside the dungeon. Then I made an arena and I said swear words to homeless Chippy Gaming to summon Skeletron. Finally, our first proper challenge, where I'll actually be using the Murasama instead of exploiting an unintended game mechanic. I gotta admit, I thought 128 damage wasn't enough for Skeletron. I was wrong. I am shredding through Skeletron like butter. I blame the PTSD I got from getting my organs ripped apart 27 times by Skeletron in my last Infernum Gunner playthrough. It was genuinely satisfying to finally be able to properly use the Murasama. Yes, Sans Undertale wannabe died real fast. Now we have access to enter the dungeon, and our Murasama now deals 256 damage. I found a bone mechanic NPC, and I found our little brother, a tiny Muramasa. Hey, don't judge it. It's not about the size, it's about how you use it. I kept finding Muramasa inside the golden dungeon chest, but luckily I had the point shop mod, so I could just buy a cobalt shield. I bought my own helmet from the clothier NPC, and the counter scarf accessory. It basically gives me the ability to dash and buffs through melee damage. I created an instant elevator and I jumped down to get to the underworld. Something unfortunate happened. I killed a voodoo doll demon, and the doll dropped to a lava right before I was able to catch it. I was a tiny bit confident at first, but even with 256 damage, I was simply extremely unprepared and I got squashed by the wall real fast. Anyways, I drank obsidian skin potion and I mined down a lot of hellstones. Using the hellstones, I crafted a molten armor set. Wearing molten armor while holding a Muramasa looks lit. I was short a few obsidian, so I went to this NPC called Mark and bought it from him. Thanks Mark, because of him I was also able to craft a molten pickaxe. I bought diamonds from the jeweler NPC and I turned it into diamond hook. The villagers in Terraria ain't useless unlike Minecraft. Then I went to the snow biome to summon Deerclops. Unlike vanilla Deerclops, Infernum Deerclops is cracked on steroids. Her eye turns red all the time on her second phase, so we can safely assume she is very likely to be high. I one-tapped those spooky hands she summons on her final phase. I did a quick Google search and I just knew that turns out Deerclops is female. Smash. Damn, she really left me on red. Now our Murasama is dealing 512 damage. This is absurdly high numbers. I crafted an overloaded sludge on an altar. Then I
Сука, ёбнули нашего! Свалили!
КамАЗ? Как же ты меня заебал.
I summoned the slime god boss. This grotesque slime annoyed me so much on my last playthrough. I am very glad and satisfied to be able to absolutely shred it this time. It has a cool phase 2 transition animation, so I was expecting at least a tiny bit of challenge. But so much for a god. Yet one tap by a mortal Brazilian blade. I turned the static gels it dropped into static gel armor, and now our Murasama deals 1024 damage. I jumped down the elevator to get to the underworld. Then I threw a voodoo doll into the lava to summon Wall of Flash. The whole Wall of Flash fight took less than 10 seconds. That is how powerful we are currently. The best part, things are just getting started. As now, we've just only finished pre-hard mode. I consumed the demon heart to gain one more accessory slot. And now our Murasama deals 2048 damage. Impressive, very nice. I made some houses in the jungle biome. Then I destroyed some crimson altars for Souls of Night. Using the souls and materials, I crafted the destroyer summoning item. While waiting for the night to come, I explored the underground desert, and I encountered a desert shrine. It has the Luxor's gift accessory inside of it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with Murasama anymore. If you know how broken this was with Murasama back then. As I kept digging down, I encountered the beautiful sunken sea biome. While I was there, I might as well defeat the giant clam mini-boss. I woke up the giant clam using my Star Fury, and I absolutely annihilated the fattest clam. Why did the clam get divorced? He was too shellfish. Okay, that was terrible. I'm sorry. By defeating the giant clam, we freed the Sea King NPC. This NPC sells Truffle Worm, a summoning item to summon Duke Fishron. So I decided to skip progression entirely, and I went straight ahead to the ocean to fish and fight Duke Fishron. On the first try, the fight against Duke Fishron went pretty badly. I was clearly unprepared for what Inferno modified to Duke's attack patterns. The flying fish pigron abomination was able to ram down and destroy my arse with its plethora of dashes. However, on the second try, I was way more prepared, and I anticipated for its dashes. Although I got hit quite a lot and it was a close call, I was able to defeat the flying Harampic with my 2048 damage Murasama. Now our Murasama deals more than 5000 damage. Whoa, this is getting way too OP. I opened the Duke's treasure bag and I got the Shrimpy Truffle mount.
Смотри, дерзкий какой! Блядь, заряжаю!
Да, конечно, він там, блядь, уже всередині
The
був.
plane was required to fishron, so I could get the fishron wings. I also got an IKEA Blahaj pet, very cute. Then as the night came, I summoned the destroyer. And yeah, this is why I'm going to stop multiplying the Murasama damage until we beat Moonlord. Or else it'd be no fun literally obliterating through everything without a single challenge. Now we go to the Sulphurous Sea and summon the Aquatic Scourge. Let's just say that Worm bosses gets absolutely annihilated by the Murasama due to their multiple segments. Worm bosses always gets the worst treatment. I kinda feel poor for the Aquatic Scourge though. It's that animation of it coughing blood just looks so painful. Then I proceeded to mine some of the early hard mode ores such as Palladium and Cobalt. The most efficient way of mining them is by using boom shurikens. And then I crafted a Palladium pickaxe, so I can mine Mithril or Orichalcum, the usual hard mode progression. I used the Orichalcum to create a hard mode anvil, and the Mithrils to create a Mithril armor, and then I proceeded to go to the Hallowed Biome to fight against Queen Slime. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how absolutely gorgeous and magnificent Infernum Queen Slime is? I know I can easily insta-kill her, but I just wanted to show you guys some of her beautiful attacks. The visuals are absolutely stunning. I never liked Vanilla Queen Slime, but Infernum Queen Slime is a whole different story. When I said I like bullet hell bosses, I meant this type of bullet hell, not an absolute mess of projectile spam like Supreme Calamitas, which you guys will see soon. This is a very organized and clean type of bullet hell and is very satisfying to fight against. But yeah, it took just like 4 Murasama slashes to kill Queen Slime. I fought her again multiple times so I could get the full Crystal Assassin armor set. This set gives the player a free dash. On that same night, I decided to also fight against 3 of the mechanical bosses at once. I feel like it only be fair due to my extremely powerful Murasama, but little did I know that these mechanical shenanigans never stood even a single chance against my 5000 damage Murasama. Even when all 3 of them are grouped together, Murasama basically still one-tap them. At least their defeat animation looks beautiful. The explosions resemble like fireworks and they look oddly phenomenal. Using the Hallowed Birthday drop, I crafted Pickaxe Axe and a full set of Hallowed armor. I went to the Underworld and I traveled to the left side to pay a visit to the Brimstone Crack biome. This was in order to farm some Essence of Havoc. Then I crafted the Calamitas clone summoning item, and I proceed to summon the Calamitas clone on that night. Apparently her name is now Calamitas Shadow. I think alongside with reworking the entire fight of this boss, Infernum also changed the name. Though Infernum improved the fight and completely changed how Calamitas clone works, I still miss the old times when she was a giant mechanical eye, or so people would call her a twins clone. Does she still summon her brothers in this fight? I don't know, I think I probably took her HP a bit too fast. I love how when she dies, she crumbles into dust and explodes with lightning. Then I upgraded my Counter Scarf into Evasion Scarf, which is basically the same thing but slightly stronger. Then I went to the jungle to find a Plantera's bulb. Oh hey, that was fast. I cleared up the area surrounding it and made a quick small arena. It is time to wake up the mother of all plants. Infernum changed the Plantera boss fight to be way more bullet hellish than the vanilla version. If not for the extremely powerful Murasama I had, I would have made the arena way bigger due to the amount of spore sacs she summons on the screen. I like this one attack where Plantera telegraphs her vine before shooting it out. A few quick Murasama slashes is the pesticide to the mother of all plants. After Plantera's dead, our next objective is to find the Golem's temple. I definitely did not obliterate a random Plantera while doing so. I was too lazy, so I just bought a temple teleportation potion from the alchemist NPC. Apparently, Infernum's Golem destroys any platforms you make. That's inconvenient, and it also changed Golem into a bullet hell fiesta. It is a very pleasant surprise that Golem is now challenging. We can't bully Golem anymore like the vanilla version. Golem's no longer a big enemy that serves as a progression gate. Oh, and also the fight feels like Sun's Undertale battle. Unfortunately, my heart isn't filled with determination. It is filled with a strong urge to evade paying child support and bloodshed. I crafted a Celestial Shell accessory. While I was mining for chlorophyte ores, I found this interesting Calamity jungle area. I was curious about what these big pink bulbs do. Turns out they are basically Plantera's bulb. Leave me alone. Get it? Because leaf equals leaf. Plantera's a plant. I'm sorry. I got the X from this Plantera, and the Blossom Flux, an extremely rare bow drop from Plantera, right when I'm not doing a ranger playthrough. Very great. I crafted chlorophyte armor. I like the floating Sims crystal it gives above the player, and I turn it into beetle armor. We're gonna be very tanky. I crafted a Plaguebringer Goliath summoning item. Then I went to the underground jungle to summon the fat, crippled mechanical Queen Bee. Okay, I'm sorry for calling you fat. I don't quite understand how you will dodge this green line attack. So I just whipped out my big red Murasama and smacked it all over her face. On that night, I decided it would be a good idea to fight Lunatic Cultists and Astrodeus both at once. Both of them quickly overwhelmed me with tons of projectiles, so nope, it was not a good idea. I tried it once again and yeah, it still was a bad idea. A random Deadly Sun orb appeared out of nowhere from the bottom of my screen and burnt my arse. On the next try, I summoned them each one by one. It immediately made the fight piece easy. Astrodeus formed a circle, allowing me to obliterate it easily. For the Lunatic Cultists, I just berserked through the fight. It was almost piece easy, but its desperation phase caught me by surprise. Lunatic Cultists don't seem to just die instantly in Infernum. There is a gorgeous desperation phase right at the end of the boss fight that consists of bullet hell, continued with a beautiful Celestial Pillar themed death explosion. Before I defeat the Celestial Pillars and summon Moonlord, let's fight the ASRock slime. Yes, the ASRock slime from the Calamity Catalyst expansion mod. Do you guys still remember this boss? It was removed a long time ago and Catalyst reworked and re-added it. ASRock was tankier than I expected. It took more than just a few Murasama slashes to bring it down to its phase 2. Now its phase 2 is the real deal. As now, ASRock traps you inside this purple galaxy transforming arena. During this form, ASRock has plethora of extremely deadly bullet hell attacks. I died a lot. If you want to know more details about the ASRock boss, you can check out my whole full detailed guide video on it here. The worst but most interesting part is my Murasama can't one-tap it, as ASRock has a hard damage limit cap, meaning even a 90,000 damage weapon can only deal small damage. And yes, it is a super boss too at that. So yes, there is no other way to cheese this fight. I had to fight this boss naturally as intended. The best tip is to always avoid getting cornered and distance yourself well against ASRock. Luckily, Murasama's swing radius is big, so it's not too hard for me to distance myself against it. Finally, I was able to take ASRock HP low. Now it goes to its desperation phase. In this phase, it rains down barraging meteors indicated by lines while the arena gets smaller. I highly recommend you guys to give ASRock boss fight a try. It is extremely challenging, but it's honestly quite fun, especially for masochists like lots of you. Its treasure bag drops a grappling hook that can teleport you to the place you hook, and also it drops an accessory that turns you into a purple ball meteor. It also drops materials that I used to craft intergalactic bars, which I turn into a full set of the intergalactic armor. These are
Я не взяв на лабу проход. Блядь. Ні.
armor looks extra fresh and is really powerful. The set bonus summons orbiting damaging purple meteor surrounding the player. Then I use a sandstorm core to open a portal inside the Infernum Desert Temple. This allows me to go to the desert dimension. I travel to a purple ball meteor. It also drops materials that I use to craft intergalactic bars, which I turn into a full set of the intergalactic armor. This armor looks extra fresh and is really powerful. The set bonus summons orbiting damaging purple meteor surrounding the player. Then I use a sandstorm core to open a portal inside the Infernum Desert Temple. This allows me to go to the desert dimension. I traverse through the landscapes of the harsh bone-dry desert filled with ruins of buildings to encounter Argus, the Beref Vassal. This guy rides a great Shandshark mini-boss as its mount. That is quite badass. I committed animal cruelty to the great sand shark and turned it into shark fin soup. This enraged the bear fossil, so I also quickly ended its misery. They drop an accessory that gives you a sick-looking barrier. They also drop a sick flamethrower called Glassmaker, and this circular swinging, throwing melee weapon thing. Then I proceed to take down all the 4 annoying celestial pillars. And right when I took down the last one, I did not even had enough time to prepare, and Moonlord just appeared out of nowhere so fast. Inferno Moonlord traps the player inside this box thing, so I couldn't leave the arena. Even though my Murasama was powerful, it did not help with the fact that Moonlord jump-scared me out of nowhere when I was extremely unprepared. So yes, I died. I crafted the Moonlord summoning item and I summoned the Moonlord again. This time I was way more prepared. Infernum's Moonlord is significantly different from the vanilla version. I feel like they're going for the bullet hell approach like Supreme Calamitas. The fight forces you to do precise movements and punishes you for being reckless. You can't outrun the Moonlord to chase him anymore either due to the box lock, so the fight becomes significantly harder. Have I mentioned that the visuals are absolutely stunning in this fight? Because it is. And that black hole attack alongside with Moonlord gorgeous death animation is just icing on top of the cake. And that marks the end progression of hard mode. We are now in the stage of post Moonlord. I consumed the Celestial Onion to get 1 more accessory slot. We also got the Celestial Starboard Wings from Moonlord. It is finally time to multiply the Murasama damage by 2. Now it deals 8192 damage, but it basically deals double the damage due to our current armor and buffs. Now it is time to pay a visit to Infernum's Profane Garden biome. It turns out I needed to beat a few Scorn Eaters to get the Unholy Shards material, which I will be using to craft the Profane Shard. I also upgraded my boots into Seraph Tracers. Now we can summon and fight the Profane Guardians, aka the Cursed Meatballs. Infernum completely changed the fight into something extraordinarily different. Say goodbye to the old boring meatballs. The first phase is basically Flappy Birds but on ketamine overdose. It is not too hard to dodge it, but goddamn, it is very annoying to pilot and glide the player accurately. We need to reach the end of the geometry dash pillars to whoop our Murasama to the butt cheeks of the meatballs. As they consist of 3 meatballs, so do their faces. But fortunately, my Murasama was able to do an easy job of the second phase before they did anything too dangerous. Before going to phase 3, they had a menacing JoJo reference. Murasama quickly took care of the third phase where they spot out deadly volcanic attacks. I absolutely love the visuals of their flame geysers and the sunray death beam. Well, that was a heated battle. When they are defeated, your eyes will be blessed with a blinding death animation. Awesome! Upon their death, the next Profane Garden area will be unlocked. It consists of a planetarium hall which you have to go down to enter a big Colosseum arena. So Naturally, while we are here, we gotta fight Providence the Profane Goddess now. She was surprisingly a bit tankier than I expected. Because I screwed around, I died a few times in the fight. The Providence fight is one of, if not my favorite boss fight in Calamity. It is a simple yet refreshing idea and concept as it serves as the Sun Lord counterpart to Moon Lord, yet with significantly different battle experience. Not to mention, Infernum's Providence escalated the enjoyment of the battle by adding unique features such as rising lava, completely new fiery attacks, and even its own dedicated arena. I could go on a rant and make an hour-long essay video on how much I love Providence. Like God, I want to smash her so bad, but that's a story for another day. Now that Providence dead, our Murasama deals more than 16,000 damage, and now we can mine Yueli Bloom ores. I mined down a lot of Yueli Bloom ores and I turned it into Tarragon armor. The melee version has an active set bonus that reduces damage for a short period of time. Afterwards, I went to the dungeon to reach the new underground arena added by Infernum. Then I used the Rune of Ghost to awaken Ceaseless Void, one of the 3 sentinels. During the fight, the player's screen camera will be locked and the player will be forced to fight Ceaseless in this position. Similar to games like Undertale, Ceaseless Void now gains access to new and wide variety of dimensional attacks unlike the original version. It is not easy to properly dodge them, but nothing a few slashes of Murasama can't fix. During its final phase, Ceaseless Void will get released from its chain. Now you can freely move your screen camera again, but Ceaseless Void is now much faster. It teleports around and gains access to new and faster attacks. I died a couple of times in the fight. Ceaseless Void also has a desperation phase, but fortunately it wasn't too hard. For the next sentinel, I went up the space and used the Rune of Ghost to summon the Storm Weaver. It was the correct choice to not build an arena, because once I poked the tail of the budget Devourer of Gods with my Murasama, it disintegrated into nothing. So much for the lightning effects. I got a Storm Bow from Storm Weaver, which looks very cool. Then I went to the underworld to summon the last of the sentinel trio, Cygnus, the quiet emo kid in your school. I'ma be honest, the other 2 sentinels were fun, but these 2 are significantly easier than Ceaseless Void. While Cygnus wasn't exactly easy either due to its high mobility, the difficulty is quite easy if compared with Ceaseless Void. Now our Murasama deals more than 30,000 damage. I hope this much DPS can disintegrate the Devourer of Gods. Now it is time for the ultimate battle. Can our overpowered Murasama one-tap the Devourer of Gods? For sure it made Devourer's phase 1 into an easy job. Just a few slashes and Devourer immediately transformed into its phase 2. I was a bit surprised to see that Devourer of Gods did not instantly die despite how we are hitting multiple of its segments with our overpowered Murasama. And well, it turns out even the most overpowered of weapon can't solve my skill issue of being rammed down by a space worm. After I learned to properly time my dashes to bump into Devourer's charges to completely negate its contact damage, I was able to quickly bulldoze through all of Devourer's phases using my Murasama, a destroyer of
Помогите, не вижу на! Нашего завалили! Вон он, блядь, ебать его! Лизана, козёлы нахрен, вылезай! Парни, тут наших хватит!
Of gods and universes getting brutally slaughtered by a homeless Brazilian man wielding a Japanese katana is a sight to behold. Now our Murasama deals more than 65,000 damage. I almost completely forgot that I haven't fought Poltergust, so I went back to the dungeon and I summoned it. I think Infernum changed Poltergust to look like a spider. Let me tell you this boss is hard, even much harder than Devourer of Gods. The amount of messy bullet hell fiesta being slapped around my butt cheeks is not healthy for my mental state. To add salt to the injury, Poltergust also moves really fast. How could you even accurately target this boss using a non-homing normal weapon? If not for the wide range of my Murasama, I would have gone crazy. Not to mention, it has a desperation phase as well, and the desperation phase is very hard. But after a couple of tries, I strengthened my mental fortitude and I learned to distance myself well against Poltergust, successfully surpassing the desperation phase and defeating the expired dungeon spider. I can't imagine if I had to fight this boss legitimately. Then I went to the jungle to fight Dragon Folly. Oh boy, I can't wait for some challenge. Well, that was fast. Then I committed mass genocide at a solar eclipse event for some dark sun fragments. Arson at the Frost Moon event for endothermic energy. Santa is not real, it's a propaganda made by the Americans to make the frogs gay. And several amount of war crimes.
No.
Monte! Oh, look at him! Goddamn pussy!
Я тут не.
Where are you? Enemy down!
To the Pumpkin Moon event for Nightmare Fuels. I'm going to offend the white people by saying Halloween is in fact not a real holiday. Then I mine down some exodium clusters from the planetoids. And now I can finally craft the cosmic anvil. I can finally gain access to crafting the Godslayer armor. We should be ready for our next challenge. It is time to go to the jungle and face Yaron, the unwavering guardian. I swear the title used to be the Jungle Dragon. I love how Infernum changed Yaron's old and boring background into a fiery orange scene. Infernum's Yaron moves very frequent and fast. The only chance I get to hitting him is when he stays stationary before launching his next attack. The Fire Nado's visual stunned me. It looks fire. I did die a few times in the fight, but unlike the third try, I got the hang of the boss fight and I learned how to dodge Yaron's charging dashes. Now you might be thinking, that should be the whole Yaron fight, right? Nope. After depleting his first health bar, Yaron will revive into his second phase, restoring his health into full again and becoming much more powerful. He does his charging dashes way more often and faster too at that. You are barely given a single moment to catch a breath. Luckily, I could just spam swing my Murasama and hope that it hits Yaron. And right when I was about to die, I clutched the fight and successfully defeated the Jungle Dragon. Now our Murasama deals more than 130,000 damage. Auric ores now generate in the underground. I mine a lot of them using Auric Avatar mod. They are apparently very bouncy and deadly if you touch them, so be careful or you'll end up like me. I turned them into Auric bars, and apparently Catalyst mod added their own version of Auric Tesla armor, so I crafted that. This looks very cool, what the hell? Why did I not know this before? Now it is time to build the Exomax gaming toaster. By doing so, we can contact the Cosmic Engineer aka Radeon itself to summon the mechanical creation by the name of Exomax. I chose to fight Ares and Thanatos first. My Murasama was able to do a quick job of taking down Ares, but little did I know that they also have desperation phases where they are invulnerable to attacks, such as the rotating Ares Death Ray Beam, and some of these attacks can basically one-shot the player, so yes, I did die a few times. My Ares keeps getting slashed apart by Ares Energy Sword. Honestly, it is quite embarrassing that I died quite often in the Exomax fight. I should have made a proper larger arena, because the fight really wasn't too hard considering its endgame, especially once you get used to it due to their repetitive nature. But not to worry, once I switched the order of the Exomax spawn, I quickly got the hang of the boss fight and I swiftly took down the Exomax with my trusty Murasama. Don't blame me for the mass genocide I did. It's all this guy's fault for putting an extremely powerful Brazilian blade on an unsupervised lab in the underworld. I got a Radeon heart accessory, which replaces adrenaline meter with nano machines that can restore the player's health once
Вот он! Поймал концы! Вали, вали! Bad guy!
Да я не понимаю.
Помогай!
Ёбаный рот.
activated. Now our Murasama deals more than 260,000 damage. Then I crafted an Akur's altar, and I prepared myself for the final fight against the edgy emo woman by the name of Supreme Calamitas. If Supreme Calamitas fight were to be summed up, it is a masochist bullet hell fiesta. I really don't want to see the face of this woman ever again. I hate this woman with all my heart. I legitimately want to torture this woman by putting her inside a bowl and slowly roasting her with an open flame, while also forcing her to listen to ukulele apology song video on repeat. The whole fight itself is very hard, but luckily I have an overpowered Murasama, which can basically skip through all the individual Supreme Calamitas phases. But the worst part is a desperation phase. Yep, she has a phase where she is completely immune to all attacks and she shoots out bullshit attacks that don't even make any sense. I died way too many times. Here is a quick death compilation. You know, I was streaming this in a server VC. I almost went insane and everyone watching me felt sorry. I had to leave the server VC after like my 40th attempt. I want to have a quick wholesome talk to whoever decided it was a good idea to add a desperation phase to Supreme Calamitas. I genuinely feel sorry for Calamitas brothers as they have to handle their mentally ill psychopath sadistic emo loner sister every day. But after way too many tries and almost going insane, why am I doing this? Finally, I was able to strive through and surpass through Supreme Calamitas desperation phase. That is one beautiful and satisfying death animation. I love how she explodes like a celebratory firework. Honestly, the pain was worth it. Now that I think about it, I might be a masochist. I really don't want to see this woman's face ever again, but I'll have to do it sooner or later am I for my Infernum Gunner playthrough. I hate all of you. I'm torturing myself for all of you, so you guys better subscribe. Now our Murasama deals more than 500,000 damage. The DPS is just mind-boggling. Before finishing the playthrough, I went to the abyss to interact with the Terminus. By doing so, I woke up the adult Eidolon worm from its deep slumber, which I completely forgot to fight earlier. In Infernum, this guy is no longer a super boss. I should have
Интересно. Свойства. Не свойства. Фильтры. И аудио. Що там? Ліс. Маяк берег. А, блядь.
I fought this guy before Supreme Calamitas. This guy, aka Jared, is an actual boss now and he looks really awesome. Especially his phase 2 where he utilizes the Terminus to hyper beam your arsehole. Before Jared gets too quirky, I swiftly took care of the big aquatics of Nautica tapeworm. Now we have a pet Jared that follows us wherever we go. Then using the Terminus, I summoned Boss Rush. I absolutely shredded through every single bosses in this event. There was really no point in doing it. And it's only proven more because apparently...
Блять, випусти мене. Що це за мусорка? Сука. Блять. Какая нахуй инерция, ебать. Сука. Ладно.
Enemy spotted. One down. No ammo.
В принципі, зайти в подземку, вийти в офісах. З офісі на 3 ворота. Нахера мені на 3 ворота, якщо не треба в офіси? Нет.
The boss rush Moonlord is bugged, and I couldn't progress further because of it. Fun fact, if I didn't limit myself to multiplying the Murasama's damage, as Calamity adds 28 bosses and Vanilla at 17, it means there are a total of 45 bosses in the whole game. So our final Murasama damage would have been more than 35 trillion. Even target damage can't handle it anymore. It is perfectly balanced. Can anyone tell me what does the E mean in calculator? Subscribe for more videos like this. That's about it. Thank you and see ya.
Точно. Резервище. Это я міг забути. Ага. Похер. А де переход? Він ж тут раніше був. Суки, тварі. Ой, нельзя лезть. Да. Ебать, блин. Чого тут? Нічого чуєш.
Come on, come on, come on. Bro.
Ну и нахуй я это делал?
Come on, come on, come on. Bro. Bro.
Next time, bro. Next time, bro.
You're gonna show up in court, right? You're not gonna no-show.
Once again, see, that's my job. Yeah, I show up in court.
Case number.
Why is it when you spray your AK, you aim downwards? Should I give you a quick TLDR? Look at where the bullets go. When I hold, I won't adjust my spray. CS has a set spray pattern. So, you want to do the opposite of that, right? It's just called spray control. Why is it when you spray your
Alright, Harry.
Yes, sir.
Take your blindfold off, please.
Thank you so much, Sharky.
Watch how he reacts for number one.
Okay, so this is where things get.
See?
Добре. Далі тоді перенесли переход на маяк. Ага, ну його не переносили. Справедливо. Що там? Кулік. Весла. А, 2 пуліка. Ніхера.
Contestant number 1.
This is Calamity's most iconic weapon, the Mirror-sama, and he's everything you need to know about his upcoming rework. This weapon will now evolve as you progress through the endgame, with it first being obtainable post-Moonlord. This gives you the default slash ability, and will remain basically the same as a true melee weapon. At post-Providence, we unlock tier 2, allowing the Mirror-sama to perform a sweeping edge attack, dealing mass amounts of burst damage. Tier 3 utilizes rapid slashes at post-Devour of Gods, in which after a successful dash, you're able to strike enemies around you. And for the final tier at Post Yaren, we gain the ability to Soul Spin. Not only will it be a mobility tool to chase fast bosses, but paired with the range augment, can fire the sword outwards like a boomerang. There's literally so much to check out, so watch the full mirror preview right. This is
Маяк. Ну, ебать, тут ще темніше, чим на прошлій мапі. Скільки мені надо? Ще один. Ох, ебать.
Пацаны, да он там совсем ёбу дал! Валить надо его!
Я що, сліпий? Ну-ка, біточок не побачив. Пацани, я совсем йому дав. Валить надо его.
Вот он!
Ти що, сука, урод? Гаєш мене. Фасон. Сука, Джейк. Та сука, де тут було то? Не виджу. А я ебал.
Вон он упырь!
— 52% виживання, в мене було 59. Єбать. торпеда у нього. 47 тисяч XP. 5 усеків. Що там? Спецсвязь. Снижать ульты. Там проводник. Продається так. Без Анджей. Чіфтеку доларів. 50к по ідеї. Де? Куда долари ділись? Да. Доларів стак 50к. І того мені до креста ще що? Миротворческая миссия. Секта, часть 2. Или хера 8. Ну ладно. Это ж сколько видюха стоит? Почти 2 ляма. Ну, это... Хера.
Руслан, чуєш?
М.
Напомни сайт, де я тобі цей дропси предлагав купити. Фонпей, їбать. Дякую за помощь, дуже круто. Спасибо, братуха. Понятно. Їбать контент у мене в ушах є, це просто пиздец.
Я бачу, у тебе не тільки в ушах контент.
Що?
І в Роблоксі бажа.
Братуха, Roblox це таке, це просто, я хочу слухати стрім, но я хочу щось грати, понял? Но full focus, Valorant, тривомер, то перший подальший, ну, типа. Тупо no chance, понял? Вижити там no chance. Бля, я тобі кажу, це охуєнний контент. Я дивлюсь, як вже третій стрім дивлюся, бо вони рейдять друг другого. Як склади Мілона, Хайп і всякі ігри грають. Тіпся роз'їбав, бо, блядь, це просто ужас. Я нічого лучшого не дивився на останні 2 тижні, я тобі відвічаю. О, бокал зайшов, 12,4 євро.
Тепер точно доста зміни з Таркова.